Hi guys, so if you want to learn how to make liquid soap for either your personal use or for sale, then you need to watch this video because this is the second time that I'm making liquid soap, and guess what guys, it came out well. So I'll be making 15 liters of liquid soap for this video. So the first ingredient you would need is nitro soap. By the way, if you don't know any of these ingredients, you don't need to even know their names. Just go to any chemical shop and just tell them that you need to make soap, and they will ask you the quantity you want. It depends on you, either 15 liters, 20 liters, 25, thereabouts. So they will label the quantity for you, chemicals for you, and the quantities depends on the liters you're going for. So nitrosol is the powder, is a powdered form chemical that you mix first if you're mixing your liquid soap. Then this STTP is like nitrosol is also like a powdered form, but it's not as powdered as the nitro. So I don't know if you understand. Then this caustic soda is like an acid. You have to be careful about this one. These chemicals are supposed to be labeled for you by anybody that is selling chemicals. In case you don't know how to identify any one of them, they are supposed to label them for you. Then this SLS, this one is like grain of rice. Some people mix this one separately for it to dissolve before adding it to their solution or their chemical. Some people mix it together, but you will see how I'm going to be using mine for this video. So SLS. Then the next is texapon. Texapon is like a thick liquid form, is a thick liquid chemical that you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to even mix this one. Texapon is one of the chemicals you're supposed to have. And this one, you can't even miss it because it doesn't, like, this is the color you will see if you're getting a texapon. This is one of the chemicals that you cannot even miss because it doesn't change. Then sulphonic acid, this one also you cannot miss it because it doesn't change. The color is what you're going to notice, and you will need this one as well. But if you don't have the money for any of these ingredients, just tell them. It depends on where you're going to. So all these chemicals I mentioned, I spent 4,500 naira to get all of them for 15 liters. And that 15 liters, when you're done making the soap, you can dilute it to become 30 liters. And this foam booster, if you're going for production and you want to sell, you would need a foam booster, and this will enhance the quality of your soap. But this is not needed. It is not compulsory to have it. The first liquid soap I made, I did not use a foam booster, and it still came out well. And this is the perfume and this one depends on your vibe. I love the lemon, and that is lemon perfume. And since I was going with the lemon perfume, I went with lemon color. Don't be deceived about this color. It is actually lemon green. So that is everything about the chemicals. Let's get started. So I'll be adding about 12 liters of water into my mixing bowl. This one depends on the quantity you're going for. Then the first chemical I'll be adding is the nitrosol. Sorry about the camera, it's showing mirror, but this is nitrosol. I'll be listing them on the screen as we go. And be careful guys, this is so powdered, like it almost entered my eyes. I had to protect my face with a face mask in order to mix this thing. And when you're mixing it, if where you are is not airy, please go to a airy place, because these are chemicals that we are dealing with. So once you pour, this is the first chemical you're going to mix. And one thing about liquid soap is you have to mix. You have to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. That is the secret of mixing liquid soap. And making a liquid soap, there's no particular way in making a liquid soap. I got it from, the process I'm using for this one is different from the process I used for the first liquid soap I made. So from that, I just understood that there is no particular way. Everybody has their way of making liquid soap, and it all depends on, it always gets to the results. It always gets to the result. I don't know why I'm stammering, but the second chemical I'll be adding is the sulphonic acid. You can't miss this color. It is always brown. They are always going to give you this one inside a container like this. So the sulphonic acid, I'm going to mix it the first time I made the liquid soap, I did not mix it this way. I did I did it in a very different way. But this one is a new method I'm just trying out. And yeah, so after mixing the nitrous soap, I'm mixing in my sulfuric acid. As you can see, it's still separated inside the water. You have to mix. I mixed it for about 2 to 3 minutes consistently, not without stopping. 2 to 3 minutes, your hands will tell you, but you're always going to get the results. So as you can see, it's already bringing out bubbles, and that is how you know that okay, you're on the right track. So you have to keep mixing. As you can see, I'm just trying to allow every bit of the chemical from the container to enter inside the water, because I'm not about to waste anything. So yes, we are going to be mixing this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then you will notice the difference. It's from the difference you know, okay, this is time for me to add in the second ingredient here. So after mixing it consistently, this is what we have with the sulfuric acid. So yes, guys, mixing is just what you need when you're making soup. Then the next ingredient, I don't know why I'm calling this an ingredient. The next chemical we're going to mix is the texapon. You can see it, you will not miss this color. So these two, they go hand in hand. It depends on how you're making your liquid soap. But these two, they always go after each other. So don't miss it. If you're not going to go through this step I'm making, or you want to use another step, don't miss these two. They go hand in hand. Once you put the first, you have to put the other, because these two, my dear. Then, okay, after pouring the texapon, I'm just going to mix, because this one is separated. This one gave me headache the last time I made liquid soap. And for you, most of you, those of you that don't know anything about the chemicals, you can watch the previous video. I listed all the chemicals, I talked about it. Now I'm just talking about how I made mine. So in case you want a more detailed video, you should watch that one. I'll be leaving the card here in case I remember, but if I don't, I'll be leaving the link for that video on my description. So after mixing the texapon, you can see the consistency is now very thick. So the next chemical that I'll be adding is the foam booster. This one is not compulsory if you don't have it, because this one, some people sell it separately, while some add it to your bunch that you're buying. Because the chemical shop I went to buy mine, or I go to buy mine, they don't sell separately. You just tell them the quantity, the liters you want, and they will sell it for you. That's it. So once I noticed that they don't add foam booster, I decided to get mine separately. So it depends on where you are going to buy yours. Some sell separately, some sell in bulk. So that's it. So this foam booster is going to, as the name implies, is going to boost the foam, thereby improving the quality of the soap you're making. So you can see the soap is already foamy without even the foam booster. So this one is going to add another level of foam, of boosting of foam to the soap we're making. And you have to mix. Don't mix. The way I'm mixing it is not even the way you're supposed to mix. Mix it like your life depends on it, so that everything will blend perfectly. And now we're adding the SLS. This one, you can decide to mix it separately for it to dissolve, or you can add it to your mixture, your chemical. But I'll be adding mine. This is a new twist. I just learned this recently. So I added mine to my chemicals, and then I proceeded to mixing. This one you will mix because these are grains and it takes time to dissolve. So I mixed this for about 3 minutes, 3.5 to 4 minutes. The next that I'll be mixing this separately, because it is like an acid. So we need to mix this separately. This is caustic soda. You need to protect your hands and your face while mixing this. This is like an acid, because once you're mixing this inside a bowl, inside a plastic rubber, and please guys, always use plastic when you're mixing your chemicals. Use plastic. As you can see, I was trying to protect my nose, cover my face and my nose before mixing this. Always use plastic when mixing your chemicals, and make sure that everything you're using to mix your chemicals are not things that you use regularly in your house. So all of these things that you can see, I don't use them, especially the toning stick. I don't use it in my kitchen. That is for making liquid soap. So that's the caustic soda. You can see how cloudy it looks inside the rubber, and once you carry, you will feel that it is hot the rubber is hot. That is to show you that it is an acid and you have to be careful about it. So all you have to do is to mix this for at least 2 to 3 minutes for everything to dissolve fully, because it is like salt in texture. It looks like salt when you're looking at it. So yeah, you have to mix constantly. So guys, this is what we have after adding the caustic soda. You can see how foamy it is looking. I'm sorry my camera is acting up, but you can see how foamy it is looking. I had to apply enough strength for it to become this foamy. Next is the STTP. So I'm going to mix this one separately, or dilute this one separately before I add it to the chemicals. By the way, this is the last chemical that we'll be mixing. Every other thing is just an additional. It's just an addition. So we are already done with our soap, and this is, you can see the consistency, you can see the foam, you can see everything. And after mixing this separately, I'll just add it, then just let it sit for at least 12 hours, because that's what they said. I don't know why they said it's for it to, I don't know. So it depends on you, Sha, but I'll just allow mine to sit. You can see the foam, Sha. Can you see this foam? This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Then the last thing we'll be adding, not the last exactly, but we're adding our perfume. And I'll be going with the lemon perfume. I already said this. I'm going with the lemon perfume because I love the aroma. So the next is the color. These last steps are not really compulsory. If you don't have money for color, you can skip it. If you don't have money for perfume, you can skip it. It's not compulsory. So we are using the lemon green, and that's because I'm using lemon perfume. And if you notice, the little water I left in the plastic rubber over there is what I have been using to mix my chemicals. We are using 15 liters and I left 5 liters out, and that 5 liters has been what I've been using to mix the chemicals, because we don't want to have too much water in the chemicals and it will now be looking like it's 36 liters or 30 something liters. I don't know if you get it. So yeah, this is everything. You can see the color is looking so vibrant, so bright, so beautiful, and that's how I love my liquid soap. So that's it, that's it, guys. That's everything about liquid soap making. It is very easy. Anybody can make liquid soap. Anybody can make liquid soap. If you want to make liquid soap, go to the shops and ask them. Just tell them that you want to make liquid soap and tell them the liters you want, and they'll just tell you the price you pay if you have the money. If you don't have the money, you take something that you can afford, and that's it. So we have come to the end of today's video. If you found value so far, please why not give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you have not, click on the notification bell so whenever I post any video, YouTube will notify you. You guys have a nice day and bye.